Whoa!
Whoa!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a 1313 Podcast Hangout stream. This is actually 1313 Podcast Hangout number 13. Very fitting.
Ooh.
So I'm here by myself today. It's the first Monday of the month. So, we used to have the tradition that we would do a stream of the first Monday of the month every month. And so I'm trying to keep things going. And even if I'm the only one that can do it, I'm going to keep the tradition going. Reject modernity, embrace tradition.
Let the old things die.
Kill it if you have to. And I am joined today by special guest star, Hybrid Toy Reviews.
Hey, that's me.
Shin Hati's boyfriend, a.k.a.
I am. She's in the background right there.
And today I am the New Year's resolution despiser. That's me. So let's check out the chat real quick. Of course, Commander Bly's first.
Always.
You know the vibe with that. He has to be.
Right.
We have 80s kid from the 90s. Happiest New Year. Yes. Happy New Year. 2024 is going to be a big year. I feel like everyone says that every year. But yeah, hoping that 2024 brings us some good, awesome Star Wars stuff.
Heck yeah.
Stuck in Carbonite is the 400th. Very nice. 80s Kid, 401st. And Phantom Menace Dennis, a channel member, is 402nd. Thanks for being the 401st, and 402nd people in this chat.
The GOAT.
Hunter, 212 Hunter, who was too lame and decided to hibernate instead of join the stream tonight, decided he would be a member for 4 months. So thank you, Hunter. We love you that. We love that. And yes, Dennis, I too am very... Okay. I'm not anti-resolution. I'm a despiser of resolutions because everybody has New Year's resolutions and they last the first month. And then by the end of January, their resolutions have fizzled out. Also, I'm an avid gym goer and I despise the first 3 weeks of January for going to the gym because it's just full of people who are not committed to going to the gym that go for 3 weeks and clog up all the machines I use for my workouts.
You don't understand, though. They need the treadmill and only the treadmill.
Oh, actually, nowadays it's teenage boys that need to sit on their phone on the bench press for an hour and a half straight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite on chest day.
Right.
Shout out to Hybrid Toy Reviews for becoming a new channel member on BoobTube. Very nice. And then we have Commander Bly's 327th. 212th Hunter is the 212th. One day or day one. I'm just saying it doesn't need to be January 1st for you to be serious about
right. I've always been thrown by that, honestly. Like if you think you need to do anything to improve yourself, you shouldn't wait for January 1st. You should just do it.
No, because you're putting it off, and then in your mind you're making it okay to put it off.
Right. So
current events before, at the end, towards the end, we'll do a little Q&A. Easy,
Always.
But first things first, I think it's definitely worth mentioning that tickets for ICCC went on sale today. ICCCCCCCCCCCCC. They went on sale today at 1 o'clock p.m.
I see ICCCCs for sale.
So Hybrid, did you do your press passes? I know we did our press passes today.
Yes. So I actually put in for 2. I'm trying to bring my friend 212 Hunter in.
Who decided not to be here today.
Really regretting that choice. And but no, they it's kind of a different process than last year. I found where last year it was just kind of like there's just a box that you would just type in, hey, this is me. This is why I should do it. Now they really ask for like a lot of info about you and your channel.
Yeah.
And everything. So I don't know if they're kind of streamlining it.
Yeah.
But I kind of liked it. And they're doing a last year when we did it, they didn't really have any option to get your passes mailed to you.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they were kind of like they straight up said like you have to pay a shipping fee and get them mailed to you this year because there's just way too much time at the will call box. But I like that because that was actually a problem last year.
So. Well, that's good. Can you hear me again?
Oh yeah, I've been able to hear you.
I realized why my mic wasn't working. It's because I didn't plug the cord into the mic itself.
Wow, that can be a problem.
So yeah, I mean, we got our press passes, and one thing that Jacob and Jackson were telling me was that last year the press passes were limited to 3 per person, like per like order. But we went and did, when Jacob did the order today, we could do 6. Okay. So because we got our little crew that we want to get in there for recording, and if we're traveling there as a group, it makes sense to have all of us present at all the days.
Right? No, that makes sense.
So especially it'll be helpful because they'll be able to help out with camera angles and taking pictures and things like that. So we were able to do 6. It has yet to be approved, if I'm not mistaken.
And we may not know that for a while, because it said, after it popped up, it said that they're going to be approving all the way up to August 1st. I'm hoping that they're not going to wait until August 1st to start looking, but
no, I think it's going to be first come, first serve, honestly, because, well, and especially like, I'm not going to, because we are both smaller channels in the grand scope of things, but I think we have 2 things going for us. One, that we've already covered on our channels this convention last year. Mm-hmm. So ICCC knows that we're actually serious about covering their convention. And then secondly, we have active communities, and we're not like channels with like 10, 20 subscribers that, and there's no hate to those channels, but we have a little bit more of a following and a community that enjoys these kinds of things.
Heck yeah. I see a comment from Phantom Menace Dennis that just popped up. And something worth noting about that is that the hotel for ICCC is sold out.
Already.
They sold that out before they were even selling tickets. So I think that probably should have been reverse order in case someone got rooms and then weren't able to get. Although I don't think tickets are sold out. I think those are going to be available. But
because I mean the tickets, the tickets are not sold out, so you can still buy your tickets. But yes, the hotel, booking a room in the hotel, because they're doing it in the Sheraton hotel like they used to do, is sold out. But it's one of those things where I'm sure that when we go, we'll make friends with someone on the first day that has a room, and
we can hang out with.
And the guy who runs it has said as well, it's technically a 24-hour a day con, because
well, the people
will be trading action figures from their hotel rooms to each other. Apparently that's happened before. So I don't think that, and the Sheraton's not going to care because they sold out the whole damn building. So if you have a pass to be at the convention, they're not going to care how long you're there or not.
Right. Especially since they booked out the entire block. You're not going to be bothering anyone that's not convention related. They booked the entire. I think he said something like they had to leave a couple of rooms unrelated, but like, it just is what it is. But yeah, the hotel's totally sold out. I haven't booked a room anywhere yet, but it's going to have to be down the street, but that's all right.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing. I haven't booked a hotel yet. And if I have to commute 30 minutes a day to get there, I'm fine doing that.
That's what it was last year too.
Yeah.
It because they had it at the fairground, and so like they were talking about all these hotels that are like partnered with it, and so we booked with a partnered hotel last year, and then like we were like, okay, well, like we gotta. They had a shuttle bus system, which didn't show up for hours and after it was supposed to be there in the morning.
I remember seeing that in the vlogs.
Right, so we were like, okay, well, we're just gonna drive. Oh wow, we're like 40 minutes from the convention center. Like, why is this a partnered hotel? But it worked out. But no, this will be nicer because it was there was a whole block of hotels near the Sheraton where I think that was what we were in last year. I don't recall that 100%, but there was a whole block of hotels that are around the Sheraton, and so like like we were able to hang out with Out of the Basement and Luke Ness Monster and everyone just because they were just within walking distance of the front door. So it worked out really nice there.
Yeah, I know as well that. They, if I'm not mistaken, they also extended the con to a 4th day this year.
Yes. Last year it was just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now it looks like there's a Thursday as well.
So I'm interested to see how that goes. But I just want to shout out real quick Commander Cook, who is a channel member joining, and a fellow Creators Guild member.
Yes, sir.
Joined in the chat here. He's been a member for 5 months, so he's got Hunter beat. Yeah. And Hunter cannot defend himself because he's not in the stream. So
right.
We can say whatever we want.
If he cared, he'd be here.
In some other more recent news, that we do have some minor. Obviously, my favorite thing to talk about is the action figures, right?
Always, yeah.
So I kind of talked about this a little bit on a couple group chats, but I want to get your take specifically on this because I saw Yakface posted this a couple days ago. I'm sure you saw it, the Droidica post.
Oh yeah.
So he mentions in here, I'm sharing, is this showing up? Yeah. He says here that the Droidica is going to be $33.99, and I got to say I think that's a really good price. What do you think?
Right, I'm locked in on that. Which I mean that's kind of like your standard deluxe price anyway, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm happy with $33.99. But I see a lot of comments down here. If you just kind of scroll through these comments, there's a lot of people hoping that it's going to come with one of two things. One being the bubble shield that we see pictured here from Revenge of the Sith, and the second being the ability to fold up. Right. What's your take? What do you think we're realistically going to get? And then what's your honest opinion on, what you think we're going to get?
So I just throughout my childhood owned several different Destroyer Droid 3.75 figures.
Same.
And all of them touted an ability to roll up. Mm-hmm. And none of them ever really did a great job of doing so.
Yeah.
I've never seen them come with a shield effect that was a total ball. They always came with like a wall thing that you would set in front of them. To be honest, personally, I don't care about the shield. They're never going to make it look like that special effect in real life.
Yeah, same.
So it's not going to look good on the shelf if they give us an effect. And I don't care if it can turn into the ball because I want it to stand just like in that photo right there.
Yeah.
And to be honest, having had some of the 3.75s before, the articulation is clunky. There's nothing, you don't want it to do anything but stand like that right there. If Black Series gave us a statue, I would be happiest. Because I think any articulation, just those spindly, skinny legs with a big body, if there's knee joints, they're just going to like unbend on you while you're like putting it on the shelf.
Yeah.
So like I'm actually very scared of this. It's not a good design for like a real life thing. It's a good CG design.
Yeah. I think for me, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to come with a shield. And that's going to be, I'm like getting myself ready to be pre-mad because I know that there's going to be, if it doesn't come with a shield, there's going to be a ton of people in the comments complaining and saying that it's not worth $33.99 because it doesn't come with a shield. And that's going to bug the hell out of me because like you said, I can't really think of a feasible way for Hasbro to do a see-through bubble shield like that without, maybe just doing the front wall of it or like there's no real good way to do the full bubble shield for them. And then on top of that too, I had Droidica toys from the Phantom Menace figures, and those could not roll up in a ball. Mm-hmm. And I had the one that came with the Clone Wars figures, and that could like kind of like make itself into more of a sphere, but it couldn't roll.
Right.
And it didn't look good. So I'm of the opinion that, like you said, I would like if the arms articulated so I can move the arms a little bit, maybe if I could move the legs just a little bit, if they had like a ball joint at the quote unquote hips, at the kind of the base of the droid, I'd be happy with that. And if it didn't articulate anywhere else, I'd be okay. I think if it was more expensive, it would bug me a little bit, but I think $33.99 is perfect. Isn't that what the Dark Trooper was?
Yeah, the Dark Trooper was that, and it was just slightly taller than a normal size figure. Mm-hmm. And same here. And you also have to factor in sculpt with these deluxes a bit, Because it used to be if you needed to have a true dedicated sculpt that could never ever have any reused parts, Hasbro just wouldn't do it. So like that's kind of where a lot of these deluxe figures are coming from now. They're never going to be able to use these arms on a different character or something.
Right, I agree.
So it's kind of like, pay your $33.99 or just don't have a destroyer droid. And they've been asking for it for 10 years. So obviously we want a destroyer droid.
Right.
I just had an idea come to mind right here, and we're not going to know until photos get posted. But I could see them doing a rolling mode, maybe with some swappable parts.
Ooh.
Like leave the 3 legs fixed, but then maybe make it where you like remove that ball that's like the lower body.
Yeah.
And clip on like a new, pre-folded.
Yeah.
And then just make it where the arms just have to come in and, and then you've kind of done it. But even then I would never use it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we talk about that a lot. I know you and I have a lot of conversations about accessories. Like I see a lot of complaints about accessories, and now I'm of the opinion I like the idea of swappable heads and swappable hands, because those are things that when I open the figure, I'll try them all out and figure out which one I like the most.
Right.
But when it comes to like extra accessories, like what was it? Bib Fortuna came with like 3 different cups.
Right.
Like
and those are just going to go in the parts bin.
Yeah. Like I don't understand the whole argument about we need more accessories to add more value. I'm like, yeah, but even like Omega comes with all these accessories and I only use 1 or 2 of them.
Right.
The rest go in the bin.
Right. No, the big thing is as long as it comes with the right accessories.
Right.
And I see a new comment from Commander Cook here, which I think blast effects might be about the only thing that they could give it that would really work.
Yeah.
Like something that just kind of pegs onto the finger blasters there. Like those would be cool.
I think that'd be, and they did that with Cad Bane. So in the 2-pack there. So it's not out of the picture.
Correct.
And then I see that Commander Bly says it should be non-transformable and be a Poggle the Lesser 2-pack. As much as I would like Poggle the Lesser, I would not want him in a 2-pack with a Droideka.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to army build Poggles.
No, especially because he's the only Geonosian that looks like that.
Right. Well, I mean, they could always like put in a destroyer droid that has like some random orange splatter all over it. Then it would fit a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe some Geonosian egg juice,
Yeah.
And then Commander Cook says, this is why I don't read comments. I agree, dude. I try and stay away from big creator comments. I know Jackson has had some funny stories recently because he always has made it a point to post a comment on every Yak Face post. And people will just go under Jackson's comment and just rip him apart for just saying the simplest thing. Not even like a hot take. He'll just be like, oh, I like this. And then someone will reply to him and be like, you're an idiot. You're such a shill.
I'd seen the other day Yakface had posted something, and I'm seeing it right here.
Which one?
A Entertainment Earth reveal.
Yes, yeah.
New Star Wars figure pre-orders opening January 24th at Entertainment Earth. And so I guess with that, and then him also then saying, because sometimes Yak, he has some intel, he gets a little cryptic with it. And it was very closely posted to this. Do we think that January 24th might be our promo photo reveal day for the Destroyer droid?
I would hope so. I do know that when Yakface posted about, because it doesn't do it on your laptop, but you know how on your phone, it'll show you specific comments that Yakface like replied to.
Oh yeah.
On the Droideka one, there's someone on here in these comments that asks if it's going to be exclusive, and Yakface says that the Droideka is going to be a mainline release, like a mainline.
Right.
Club. So I think if Entertainment Earth is posting about it now, it could mean that that's the day that they're putting up their pre-order for, this other places are going to probably do the same. They just don't advertise it like Entertainment Earth does.
Right. And sometimes these retailers, these online retailers, sometimes they just get picked by Hasbro to be the one to do the reveal.
Yes.
And so that, it might pop up on Entertainment Earth for pre-order because they got to announce it, but then a day or two later, it's on Amazon and Target and everywhere else.
Right.
That said, I also remember a time not too far back when there was all this talk about a whole bunch of reveals that Entertainment Earth was going to be doing. And then it was just like a reissue of the Redbox Commander Bly figure, which you could still get on Amazon for like $22.
Yeah.
And so like there also might be absolutely no value to that Entertainment Earth announcement.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think Hasbro needs to work on the consistency of things like that, because it can be such a cluster when people don't know. I think the biggest thing for me is, and I don't think Hasbro has much control over this unless it's on their website, the pre-orders at 1:00 in the afternoon on a weekday.
Yeah, those are difficult.
Some of my favorite.
I do have a good working relationship with my boss, though, and so like, he understands, that I collect what's important. And there's been days where I like, particularly the artillery stormtrooper, where he told me, I got to work one day and he's like, "We're gonna go to this job site and we're gonna be doing this all day," and I was like, "I'm gonna need 5 minutes at 1:00." And he's just like, "Hey, you got it." And at 1, I had Amazon up, I locked him in, I was back to work, and he was cool with it.
Hell yeah.
You just gotta state your goals that morning, and it'll work out.
Yeah, dude. So I had an idea here that I thought was kind of fun. Just as I'm looking at Hasbro's website right now, just kind of taking a look at what is sold out and what is not. Because I thought it would be interesting, because I see a lot of comments about what the fans want, and kind of gauging what goes out of stock on Hasbro's website.
Right.
I thought that would be interesting to kind of, and maybe kind of rationalize, because I see a lot of people like, oh, the only thing they should make is OT. Oh, the only thing they should make is clones. Oh, the only thing, I want to see what is selling out on Hasbro's website. Also, shout out to Cheesy Napkin for joining in the stream.
Would it be fun to maybe throw out some guesses here?
Before?
Yeah, because I would confidently say that Figrin Dan is not sold out.
I would also confidently say Figrin Dan is not sold out.
I'm confident that they probably have Ewok Village Leia.
They probably do. So I have this just set up by relevance. By when I just searched Star Wars The Black Series on their website. So I thought this would be interesting. And again, this is only one website, but I feel like this is pretty indicative of Hasbro. So they have 84 things that are labeled Black Series on their website right now. And I'm not going to go through each and every one. We'll just check out the ones that say sold out, right?
Sure.
So the first one sold out here is actually the Holiday Purge Trooper.
Nice.
I'm very surprised, because usually none of these sell out.
Right.
So this is really exciting, especially since he's $27.99.
As a holiday figure non-collector, that one was tempting.
Yeah,
I think it was like the coolest of what they offered this year.
Well, because he's the Nutcracker too.
Right.
So then it's interesting, huh?
Like so many times, it's just have a red snowtrooper,
Yeah.
But like they kind of went themed. Yeah. Santa Jawa was really cool too. I do like the Santa Jawa.
Yes. And then unsurprisingly to me, Lani is still up for pre-order. He's not sold out yet. Going down here, obviously the 2-pack here is sold out.
Right. It's also really uncommon for pre-orders to sell out in general, except for, stuff like that where it's like a big army builder.
Especially nowadays, pre-orders are so obsolete compared to when COVID was. Right. Back in COVID, when distribution was just awful, people were clamoring for Black Series pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
But now you can honestly, other than something like this, which sold out in like 10 minutes, you can usually go a couple hours and not have to worry about it.
Right. Especially mainline where you can pre-order on Amazon and Target and Walmart and everywhere. Like, it's just not going to sell out.
Yeah. And then looking next here, the single pack Star Killer is also sold out, the pre-order. I think that's super indicative of how much collectors wanted him, especially considering how many people bought that $110 big pack with
Right.
him. So seeing that the single release is sold out too, and he's mainline. Next up here, the Captain Rex helmet and the Sabine saber.
There we go.
Both sold out on the pre-order again. So I think this is indicative to me that Ahsoka really did hit.
It did. I've actually been doing a rewatch lately.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked it as it was happening, but I'm thinking it's probably some of our best modern Star Wars media in general.
Oh, it's my favorite thing from 2023.
Right. I'm saying
down.
like since the Disney Plus takeover, it's like top 3 for me.
I would agree. I'm right up there with it. And then keep looking down here. Balin Small is sold out pre-order.
What do you mean sold out? I saw him on the shelf today.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised, honestly, with all the controversy that came with this figure. I was surprised to see that he is still sold out. I think it's because of Ray Stevenson's passing.
Likely.
Yeah.
That was something I kind of mentioned in my review is there's no guarantee that they're going to maintain having access to like his likeness rights.
Right.
So like they might not be allowed to do another Balin in his image in the future going forward.
Right.
So it that could be a one and done. And it sucks that that's the one that they went with. Yeah.
And then interestingly enough, the reissue of the Luke Skywalker helmet is sold out on pre-order too. And that's again, I think that's just an iconic Star Wars thing.
It is.
Looking down here, none of these guys are sold out. And then you have the reissue of the Rogue One Stormtrooper helmet too. Sold out pre-order. And again, that's pretty obviously just stuff that people really want a Stormtrooper helmet. People really want an X-Wing helmet.
Right.
And then coming down here, again, everyone complained about how overpriced it was.
They still sold them all.
He's sold out, that $33.99 Rebel. And then the Axe Wolves helmet throws me off a little bit.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of like the Death Watch Mando helmets, like just peg warming. And they're his is so similar. It's that with the gray stripe. It's kind of throwing me that sold out.
Sitting right next to a not sold out Darth Malgus.
Who cares? That guy's not canon.
Then we have I don't know, is this the Minds of this is this is Boba Fett Mando.
Right. Awesome figure.
Yeah. And then R5D4 sold out. What the hell is going on with that? Is it because of the OT?
It probably has to be, I would assume.
Yeah.
I just saw him today too. He was on the shelf.
Yeah, I've got him in my big bad pile of loot. He's going to go on that Mando season 2 shelf. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And then looking down here, obviously Palpatine sold out because he was on sale.
Right.
But then obviously Phase 2.
Oh, yeah. That Phase 2's been sold out.
Yeah. And these guys, again, sold out because they're on sale. They got clearanced out. So I don't really count a lot of this. And then again, Clone Trooper helmet sold out. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna kind of leave it at that because there's just a lot of honestly, there are a lot of figures that are on clearance right now on Hasbro Pulse. So,
I've actually been seeing just in my hunts lately the 40th Return of the Jedi retro cards at Walmart. Those have been getting marked down like crazy. Like it's kind of store by store. Last week I was able to get Poplu for $5.
Wow.
It was the only Star Wars anything they had on clearance. I just grabbed it. I'm not a big Ewok guy, but I was like, hey, like for $5, I'll grab the only Ewok I don't have.
Yeah, no kidding.
But no, so that's worth looking for. Is like those are going to get pushed out here pretty hard.
Yeah, man. Let's I'm gonna check the chat real quick, see if there's anything pressing. Yeah, I have. Thanks to Hybrid, actually, I've got that new Mando ready to review. This weekend, I'm going to punch out a bunch of reviews on the channel.
There you go.
Thanks to Buy Sell Trade Ashtabula and Hybrid Toy Reviews, I have Book of Boba Mando.
That threw me because my friend Mark, he's no longer my GameStop friend Mark. He jumped ship. He's at Buy Sell Trade now, and he texts me and he's like, "Hey, these are coming in," and I was like, "No, they're not." And he's like, "Yeah, they're here." So I had to hook a guy up.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, that was awesome that you found an extra one too. Not even.
Yeah, they only had the one extra. Like it worked out. You were the first guy to say you wanted it. You were the first guy I called. So
funny. And then today we had some serious Walmart luck between the two of us. So you scored first.
Right. So I went to my local Walmart and I saw on the shelf they had a R5 and a Fleet Commander. And I was there on Friday and they didn't have those. They'd actually just restocked the Hera Pre-Vizsla wave.
Yeah.
So like the pegs were full. And then I go in today and those two are on the shelf. And I was like, oh man, I kind of missed the heavy hitters. And I stepped back and I looked up. I saw more boxes up top and there was another Fleet Commander and a Balin Skull, which I assumed that Tommy would want. I don't have it in the room. I'd show it off. But
yeah.
So Tommy wanted that. I missed the Shin Hati, and I think that wave has the Star Killer. So
yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, it's 5. It's the Fleet Commander R5 Star Killer and the Ahsoka figures.
Yeah, I know Yak posted he got the
set.
Full case in the mail from Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, everywhere's kind of fulfilling those now. Buy Sell Trade got me Balin and Shin early also. Like I've had those for like a week.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, the case assortment is double packed for Fleet Commander, Balin, and Shin. And then the only single packs are R5 and Star Killer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird that they would double pack the Fleet Commander and not Star Killer.
Yeah, right?
Like, because there was 2 Fleet Commanders there. I think they're going to be there next week when I have the funds for them. So I don't think those are going anymore.
And did you also see, because I see SideQuester just jumped in and pointed out the running change between the red and the orange blades. I can't tell because I know it's not super obvious.
Yeah, you have to put them side by side. The ones that I got at Buy Sell Trade were orange. Let me I'm going to grab your Balin.
Yeah, how obvious is it that it's orange? Because is it like red?
I think the original ones were red, and then these are kind of like a real pale. So let me grab your Balin.
Because the Shin is definitely, I think it's the orangey one, which that's the one I want because that's more accurate to the show. But yeah, then so Hybrid calls me and he tells me, and I was already going to Walmart to go grocery shopping today. So I was like, oh, I'll go look at the toy section. So I go in there and I'm looking around and I see that there's one lonely figure way up on the top. So I just grab it, not thinking anything of it. And it's Shin. And I'm like, what? Because none of the rest of the wave was there. So
the verdict is in on your Balin, and he does have the orange.
Sweet. And so does my Shin. So they match. Sweet. So they have the red, they have the orange blades. Good.
Yep. And then just to bring it in, you were asking, but the face paints on this is pretty.
Yeah, I'm the type of person with my action figures. As long as the face or the helmet looks good, I really don't care if some of the other stuff is off center because that's especially with the faced characters. As long as the eyes look good, right. I really don't care about the rest of it.
Yeah, the photo reel doesn't matter as much if they have stroke eye and one of them's like down on the cheek.
He says you can tell by the date stamps on the back of the boxes. So what is that? Where am I looking here?
Bottom right, there's like numbers pressed in.
Okay.
I have 32711.
32781 on mine.
And that doesn't sound like a American calendar. So
let me go to Yak Face. He might have it.
Yeah, that would probably be where the info is.
Let's take a gander. Yak Face is the man today. He's the man with the plan. Also, I see you, Hunter. And he left. Okay. He joined for a second.
Oh, did he decide to participate?
Yeah, then he decided to unparticipate just as quickly.
Well, he's got that Wisconsin Wi-Fi.
Right.
3,
no, this
2,
is
5,
definitely
0, 1 is a red blade number, Sidequester says.
What's up? Oh,
3
is the red blade number. Okay.
Is A, so it's going to be on one of them, but neither of them are that.
Well, just looking at the picture here and then looking at mine, because these are, I'm pulling it up. These are the orange blades here. Mine is definitely orange.
Yeah. No, I think it was a very limited number of them that were red.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen too many red ones at all. I think maybe Skywalker Hendricks got the red ones because he got them like 3 months ago. It was insane.
Right.
But I'm guessing probably just the very first batch or two had the reds, and then
well, and he left. Can't get that internet working, man. Yeah, dude, I have a ton of stuff I need to review for the channel, and I'm hoping that I'm off Friday and Saturday this week, so I'm hoping that I'll have some time to record and just start banging out reviews. I'll show you what I've got. So I haven't even opened this yet because I was out of town for 4 days. I went with Jen to go see her family because her family all lives very far away, and so we all gather in one place. So we drove to Indiana and hung out with them for like belated Christmas. So I came back, and on my doorstep from Amazon, I almost doxed myself, was this is the Holocom Axe Woves.
Right? Oh, nice.
Let me.
Ours came that way too. He said it came in the Hasbro shipper.
Dude, they have been doing this recently. When I got my that Hanukkah holiday Mando,
yeah,
they put him in a shipper that just fits a single Black Series figure, and it has the Hasbro logo on it. So I'm going to open him up right now and see what he looks like. I wonder if he has the nipples like Mando does.
I guess I'll step off for a second because I got some stuff to show too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me make myself big. Well, are you going to be here this time, or are you going to dip out on us again?
Hey, dude, I've been here for 37 minutes in the lobby waiting for you to, bring me in. I've just been waiting.
Shut up, dude. I don't want to false narratives. So here is out of box the Holocom Axe Woves from Amazon. Oh, that's a knife. Can't show a knife on the screen, so that's a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, I picked him up. I got him in the mail the other day too.
Yeah, mine showed up December 31st.
Yeah, you got to hide your assault knife there off screen.
Oh yeah. So Cheesy Napkin says to Hunter, "Lagnus monster."
Am I lagging?
No, you're not.
And Dennis.
Okay, cool.
Dennis says the king is here.
Whoa, he's the prince. He's the cheese prince.
Yeah,
the king.
Hey,
I
only joined because y'all were talking about the gym. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be here for the gym talk.
Right where you ain't been.
But yeah, maybe one day. I also have a couple other things to review. So I'll show these off real quick, just as a sneak peek. But I'll finally review the Holocom Bo-Katan from Target.
Nice.
Had that sitting in box forever. And also a couple other ones from my Big Bad Toy Store pile of loot. I have 6 more figures coming soon for Big Bad Toy Store. But I've got the Season 2 Bad Batch Omega and the Ahsoka series HK. I still have to review those. Usually I do my reviews in order of like newest to oldest. So like Mando is going to get priority. The Shin and the Balin are going to get priority, obviously.
Heck yeah.
And then I have a ton of Micro Galaxy Squadron. I think it's like 10 Micro Galaxy Squadron ships. Because I got a bunch of the Series 4 stuff. I pre-ordered it back in April. Forgot I pre-ordered it. Forgot that I told myself I wasn't going to pre-order any Micro Galaxy stuff. So I got the Trade Federation Vulture Droid.
Nice.
He comes with a battle droid. I'm pretty sure it's the regular one and not the commander this time.
Right.
Got the A-Wing from Return of the Jedi. That one's a cool one. And then got the Y-Wing that I also purchased at Walmart and then gave to Hybrid because I forgot I pre-ordered it. Famously in the vlog.
Yep. The Gwog.
And then the Gwog. And then I have a Chase variant, General Grievous's starship.
Nice.
That I got from Lungy's Hideout. And then I got Mando's N1 Starfighter, which I did find at Walmart with Hybrid, in the Gwog, and Hunter too. You gotta go watch the Gwog. And then I've got the TIE Bomber. This one looks super cool.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, if anyone finds a TIE Interceptor, let me know because that one eluded me on the pre-order. It's sold out.
Is there anything different with the TIE Interceptors that come in the Target Millennium Falcon pack?
I don't think so. I think that the only difference is the little figures are different characters. And you get the swappable radar dish to have the broken one.
Right. Like, I know the Rebels are different, but like it just comes with a TIE pilot for those Interceptors. I mean, that might be
the way to go.
Because I've elected to pass on Vulture droids, and I'm just going to wait for that Anakin Obi-Wan Vulture droid pack to get cheaper.
Yeah. And then here I've got the Poe Dameron's X-Wing from Force Awakens. And then I've got another Chase variant. I think Hybrid hooked me up with this one. The Wedge Antilles X-Wing.
Yep, I like to pick up the Chases personally, but that one was just a little beat up for my liking. I keep those in box, but Tommy opens, so that worked out for him.
And then I got the other Chase variant I got from Lungy's Hideout a while back is the Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter.
Nice.
So I have a lot that I need to review and a million more well on the way. So I,
heck yeah,
gotta do all that. But that's my pickups recently. So let me make myself small again. Hybrid, do you have any?
I just got
reviews.
I just got a couple little things here. I very recently really been bit by that SH Figuarts bug. I'm not replacing Black Series with or anything, but if there's characters that Black Series hasn't done yet and Figuarts has, well, then I'm going to go with the options I can get. And that's what worked out here this week. I finally sprung for the crate Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi.
It's going to be bussin'.
As us cultured people would say, the best Star Wars movie. So I like that one a lot. And then Shop Disney ran a couple of things on sale recently. And so I finally sprung for $55 the Force Ghosts 3-pack. So I'm pretty excited for these. So that's what I've got. That's a very small haul.
Very cool. Jen just brought me a Christmas cookie.
Ooh. Where's mine?
So, Hunter.
What's going on?
How are we doing?
We're doing good.
Now that you've awoken from your slumber.
Did you want me to go over a couple of my pickups recently?
Duh.
Hunter, who asked?
All right, here.
Leaves.
Go ahead.
Just kidding. So, ship related, not Micro Galaxy, but I'm big into the die-cast ships, as you guys know. But I recently got a bunch of these Chase versions. The lighting might be off, but this is Darth Vader's, TIE Advanced, and it's like battle damage. You see that there's like scoring on it.
Heck yeah.
And then I got this Razor Crest that was also, it's got like basically more weathering on it. It's kind of hard to see, but. And I got this TIE Fighter that's got, some battle damage on it. And then the Millennium Falcon had one too that had battle damage scoring on it. I don't know if you can see that detail very well, but it's there. It's kind of cool. And they're die-cast ships. That's kind of what I'm into. So, yeah. And I got some other things, but I was not prepared enough to grab them. So
What do you mean? You had the first 40 minutes of stream.
One thing I will show off, because Hybrid helped me with this. I completed the Season 3 N1 in Vintage Collection scale, which looks really cool with R5 and the droid, the astromech pod here. And then it's real small, but you can see the Grogu that was in there. I put him on Din's lap. And I actually had to, this set comes with Mando on the card with the soft goods cape, but the card back is exclusive to the set, so I didn't want to open it. So I actually had to find the TVC Rescue set that comes with the Dark Trooper and Moff Gideon. And I kind of just robbed the Mando from that. And I don't know, I'm trying to sell the Dark Trooper and the Moff Gideon because I'm not huge into 3 3/4. But no, it was a cool look. It was the only other way to get the soft goods cape for the Mando other than the Razor Crest.
For sure.
So no, yeah, it's cool. I was able to, complete that. So I haven't seen anybody do it yet. I mean, I'm sure somebody's done it by now, but because somebody probably ripped that blister off that card back and just used that Mando, but I didn't want to. I had to do the hard way.
Yeah. Ingenious monster, as some would say.
Yeah, I tried hunting down that rescue set at Ross when they had it for like $20. Couldn't find it. I went to like a dozen Rosses, couldn't find it. But I ended up going on Amazon. They had it for $40, so I thought that wasn't too bad.
It's a good gig. That's a good gig.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, what I'm going to do is because I'm probably only going to do a stream for another like 15, 20 minutes just because I work. I got to be up at like 5 a.m. for work. Got to, ruin people's days. So,
right.
What I'm going to do is put up our little banner. The vibe. Q&A, feet pick included. Questions asked away. If anyone has a question for not just me, Hybrid, Hunter, any of us, go ahead and ask away. It does not have to be Star Wars related. We can just talk anything we want. And I know that you guys, have your things, foot.
I feel like the feet picks is like the deep 1313 lore. Like, I feel like it's been a while since that's been brought up.
That's a little lower on the iceberg. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Level. And Jackson's crush on Lop.
So, what's on the Dopeness Monster Burger? Okay. First of all, the Dopeness Monster Burger is probably just a quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's. That's if I'm being honest.
No pretzel bun.
Ooh, little pretzel bun, little mayo.
I like mayo on my burger.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. What conditioner does 1200 use?
I use Dove for Men.
There we go.
Man, dang, brother.
Man, that's manly.
Well, here's a good question. Is the iceberg actually going to happen? That is a very frequently asked question regarding 1313 about many things. Is it ever going to happen? And like many things, I'll tell you, I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. Will we ever do a collection tour? No one knows. Will we ever do all these great things? Grandiose idea? No one knows. Will Tika's trading post ever return for the 4th time? No one knows. We'll just have to see.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It does. So, next question. Balin or Dooku, who wins?
Dooku.
I say Dooku easy. Just because Dooku his whole thing was being a duelist.
Right. He was the swordsman of the order. I
feel like the only one that could have beat Dooku was Anakin.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he kicked Obi-Wan's ass in both the movies.
Right. Yep. I would also throw out though that Balin and Dooku would probably get along really well. I feel like they have
probably.
That's so.
Yeah,
my two favorite villains. So
yeah. So, what quality would bring automatic marriage to hybrid?
oh man. Oh man. I got a few.
She cannot blink.
Yeah.
She cannot blink. Is that what you said?
She can't blink. So
She cannot blink.
she has to have a rough blonde dye job. It has to be heavy mascara. She has to be Shin Hottie. So, yep.
Oh God.
No, that's what it would take.
Yeah. Good to know. So let's see what I've got next. Who wins, Maul or Kylo? Maul, easy.
Yeah, Maul.
Yeah.
Especially since I've been rewatching the whole Star Wars timeline. Maul is really powerful, and he would wipe the floor with Kylo. Here. Oh, hey, shout out to Jay. What's going on, Jay? He's a longtime viewer. He actually was one of the winners of our giveaway for 13 Days of Christmas, too. He said, just likes listening to us shooting the shit. That's what I love to do, too, man.
Heck yeah.
So here we go. What Cheesy Napkin asks, what's your favorite Battlefront 2 map, all eras?
It ain't even hard, dude.
Yeah. I honestly, right now, it's probably Agent Kloss from the sequel era, the jungle map from Rise of Skywalker. I really like that map. The idea of going up the hill and into the base, and the jungle theme.
Original Battlefront 2, like 05, Maigito. I feel like that's.
Oh, we're talking OG Battlefront 2 here.
Your favorite Battlefront 2 map year? Oh no, I misread. No, he's talking strictly 2017, isn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Triple Hive.
Considering he wasn't alive for the first one.
True.
I really like Triple Hive, specifically the Galactic Assault map when you're assaulting with walkers, ATTE walkers.
Right.
Good map.
Yeah. So, and then we've got orange lightsaber, deep stare, and butter blonde hair.
I just feel things.
Oh, man. So, Phantom Menace Dennis also comes in with a question. If you were forced to live on any Star Wars planet, which one would it be and why? That's a good question.
There's some cool planets that we see, but a lot of the times, we see them in times of conflict.
Yeah.
And so, like, Geonosis is a cool place to play on Battlefront 2, but would suck to live on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I was going to pick a Star Wars planet that I think would just be a generally nice place to live, I would pick Naboo.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Mm.
It
that
feels
is
like
a good
it's not
one.
super humid there, so I wouldn't be sweating my balls off
Right.
the entire time,
Right. You got a nice hot summer day. You got, like, everywhere's a good place to go swimming.
Right, exactly.
So.
Yeah.
The man didn't drop Mustafar.
Yeah. Hunter lives on Geonosis. He loves Oh man, 80s Kid comes in with a bit of a Black Series question. What Clone Wars figures do you think we'll get in 2024?
Pretty sure we'll get a Clone Wars movie Mace Windu packed with a 187th.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was just about to say that. Yep,
probably a destroyer droid.
I
think we're
maybe a super
battle droid.
Shit stain on him.
Yeah,
can't say that. Can't say that. That's not Clone Wars.
Right. It's not in the Clone Wars box.
Yep.
Right.
Yoda hadn't said begun the Clone Wars has yet.
Honestly, I would say I think there's a good probability a commando droid will at least get revealed before the end.
I'm in that camp. I think that we're probably going to actually end up seeing that sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So they can have it drop out around a similar time as the Outlaws game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to see like a Clone Wars Grievous where he's like, like a taller Grievous, like if they did a new one and he doesn't have the separating arms, he just has the two, like he does most of the time in Clone Wars, just has the two sabers.
That would be interesting.
I'd be okay with a new Grievous that didn't do the split arms and was taller, but I would still want it to be in that realistic style.
Yeah. So let's see. Do I have any more? We got one down here. Who's cooler, good guy crosshair or Imperial crosshair?
Imperial.
I would say Imperial.
Yeah.
I like the good guy crosshair. I'm a team guy. I don't like that he's on the other team. I like, when they're grouped up.
Wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
Cheesy Napkin comes in with a cool comment here. They should do a 2-pack of those coral head Jedi sisters from the season 6 of the Clone Wars. Right at the beginning, the one that Tup shoots.
Yeah, with Commander Doom.
Tipley and Tiplar. Yeah. Honestly, I think a 2-pack with Commander Doom and one of his grunts. Maybe they come with a riot shield or like a minigun, like a Z6. That would be a cool little 2-pack.
Yeah. I'd go
for. Or what if they just did? What if they did Doom and Thorn and just have it be like a Marvel themed like Clone Trooper pack? Because that's what they are.
Season 6 themed Clone Trooper pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasn't like what was the tagline for season 6? Like the Lost Missions.
Yeah.
So it would just be like a Lost Missions Commanders pack or something.
I would love to see Black Series do like how TVC does those like boxed 4-packs.
Right.
Where if you open the big box, you still have the card backs in there. Or they did that for the Force Ghosts, right?
Yeah. The Force Ghost has the 3.
So what if they did like a 3 or 4-pack and like Hunter said, they just did 3 or 4 commanders. It would be Commander Thorn, Commander Doom, the Snow Gear Commander Wolf that we see right in the beginning when they find Sifo Dyas's lightsaber. And then I really can't think of a 4th one, but those 3 alone and just say, like you said, season 6, Lost Missions, boom, here it is.
I'm here for it.
That'd be dope.
That'd be cool.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. If y'all joined the 501st, what costume would you choose and why? For you, Tommy, what would be your second? So let's throw budget and realism out of the picture here.
Right.
What's like your dream costume for the 501st Legion?
So I've actually been looking into very seriously getting started on one.
Yeah.
And it's budget friendly. And I understand you said throw that out, but I also like the practicality of the costume. I've been looking into the ATDP driver from Star Wars Rebels. I've always loved the Rebels' unique trooper designs. And it just looks like such a comfortable costume being, you've got some armor pieces, but it's mostly a bodysuit.
Yeah.
So like you can actually like sit down in a chair while you're at Comic-Con. So no big shoulder pads, so you can take your own helmet off. I know Tommy's had that struggle as Blitz. So that's mine is the ATDP driver. I also haven't seen too many people do it, although I guess Erie had one, Tommy's told me.
Yeah, we did. He actually passed away a couple years ago. So yeah, he was our ATDP driver. What about you, Hunter? Oh, go ahead.
Just whenever I go to my different cons, I always see Stormtrooper and Sandtrooper. I never see ATDP driver.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. So what about you, Hunter?
Mine is going to be a little specific just because I think it's necessary for like this question. It would be the 2nd Airborne Division Captain Barlex, which is the airborne you see in Revenge of the Sith. So I would want to be him just because I don't know, it's a design I've always loved, and I don't think I've hardly seen anybody as an airborne in the 501st, cosplayed as an airborne.
Yeah, I remember when Revenge of the Sith first came out, it was referred to as the Beehive Helmet Trooper. Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah. So that would be a cool one. For me, my second one, obviously, probably, and like Hybrid said, I'd want to pick something that I could sit in. So I want to do the repainted Boba Fett from season 2 of The Mandalorian, specifically when they go to Morak and you see him in that episode.
Right.
I just think that the shades of green and red are so striking. And I love the mix of the cloak and the cloth from his Tusken gear with that before he gets to Book of Boba Fett. I think that suit looks dope, and I would love to do that one. Let's see. I'll do a couple more questions, and we'll probably cut it here, just because, like I said, I gotta go night. So let's see. Stuck in Carbonite. So it looks like we're getting into some more action figure questions here. Stuck in Carbonite says, would you like to see a Mother Talzin or Night Sister pack? I actually, funnily enough, I saw Lukeness Monster give a pretty hot take in one of his recent videos where he said, I think it was his Christmas Eve live stream he did. He just did like a Q&A. Someone asked him what he would like to see least in the Black Series, and he said Mother Talzin.
I'm there. Like, just because the character's in the Clone Wars doesn't mean it's gonna sell.
True.
If this pack came out, I know that some of us would go for it, and then I think the rest of us would let it peg warm. And I've gotten to a point where I kind of am a little more picky with what I pick up. Right. And honestly, I don't need a Mother Talzin in the collection. Like, she's cool, she's iconic, but like the shelf space just isn't there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would get it just because, I mean, my Clone Wars shelf is getting pretty packed over here. Like I'm running out of room. I might have to figure out a different way to display it. But I mean, I'd be down. I'd be down for a little Night Sister action. Give me maybe a different Asajj Ventress with Mother Talzin in a 2-pack. I'd be a little bit more enticed to get that because I like that outfit for Ventress a lot.
Sure.
Cheesy Napkin asks, what is sadder, 5's death or 99 death? 99 death sad, 5's death kind of funny because I like laughing at it when Jackson says it makes him upset.
Oh man.
Well, what if we did another question? Which clone trooper death impacted you the most?
Mayday.
Oh dang.
I think it'd be Mayday, but for the longest time it was Waxer.
Ooh, that was a tough one too. Yeah.
I was gonna say Waxer's the one that hurts me.
Because you haven't seen him since season 1. He hasn't been around for years. And then you finally hear that name again and you're just gonna watch him die. And then you see that he painted her on his helmet, and you're like, oh no.
And he sheds a single tear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the tragic clone death.
That was a tough one. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Something about Mayday dying.
Yeah.
I think it was more the impact of him dying and then seeing Lieutenant Nolan's reaction of indifference.
Right.
And that was, that really killed. Knowing this guy lost everyone and then died and was treated like garbage and got left to be eaten by the vultures.
Right.
So, or could you say what about when the whole Venator crashed in season 7?
Yeah, obviously that's up there, like top 5. But something about Mayday's death, it's because the thing about the Venator is but all the clones are in Order 66 mode. So the only thing I care about seeing is Ahsoka and Rex getting out.
Right.
And the thing that makes me emotional about that is that they went back to bury them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets me with that scene. Not so much specifically Jesse and the other clones dying.
The tragedy there isn't that it's that they died, but it's not that they went down on the Venator. The tragic moment was earlier in the episode when Rex and Ahsoka realized that they're not saving anyone.
Yeah.
That was the impact in the episode. At that point, it became inevitable.
Yeah.
So,
and then just a couple more questions here. Let me turn off the banner here so that we don't keep going here. But we have 80s Kid wants to know how I joined the 501st. Long story short, my dad's been a 501st member for over 15 years now. He was one of the he was one of the first people that helped make and design clone trooper costumes and how they would fit on a real person's body. From the prequel movies, he was on the approval board for a long time, approving clone trooper costumes. So, I have memories of being a kid going into my parents' bedroom, and my dad would be sitting at the computer desk, and I'd be like, "Oh, Dad, what are you doing?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm approving, stuff." And he'd be like, "Well, this guy needs to fix this, this, and this." But yeah, it was so basically. Long story short, my dad got me into it. Commander Cook says hybrid would be the hottest ATDP pilot.
Damn straight. You want to see an ATDP pilot throw it back? Because that's what we're doing.
But the greatest Star Wars leader, Colonel Gascon or Captain Rex? We all know the answer to this.
Obviously Gascon.
So, with that being said, everybody, do either of you have any closing remarks to give us today? Hi, Hunter, I'll let you go first because you joined late and he's gone. Hunter has
I thought he was frozen up there a little bit. And I was like, is he just like staring at his phone or has he crashed?
Hunter said my cameo time is up. I can't share anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
Do you have any closing remarks?
An hour and 6. No, I hate it here. I'm ready to go home. And please let me go.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you so much. Huh?
Also, you're a cutie patootie.
Thanks, baby cakes. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. Just a little Star Wars Hangout stream. I do want to get back into the swing of things, back into a schedule. First Monday of the month, getting back into these streams and just becoming more consistent. And as a New Year's resolution despiser, this is not a New Year's resolution. It is my goal for the year, But yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for watching Hybrid and, of course, Hunter. Thank you guys so much for helping me out on this stream, joining in and chit-chatting some action figures and some Star Wars and everything in between. So, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. Love and kisses. Sleep well. Happy 2024. Hey.